Today, I'm watching the Addams Family, Season 1, Episode 4. The previous episode was all about Fester trying to find a love connection in the ad and the paper. And this cosmetic saleswoman shows up, and of course we see the comic, miscommunication that happens there. It was so great to see everybody so supportive of Fester in his pursuit of trying to find a partner. So yeah, I really like that episode. Each episode seems to be focusing on a different character, so I don't know what this episode is going to be about, but very curious to see where we're going to go. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for movies or TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. I'm seeing a few of similar names come up in the credits for writer and director, so that's nice.
He's so exciting! I remember the first time I voted, 1906.
It keeps little Pugsley's octopus awake. Poor thing's getting rings under his tentacles. Dear thing. It set such a good example for us.
It's always so helpful.
The picture of Cousin Grizzly facing the firing squad down there. It looks so right in the hall.
No better than Al Smith here. Or Wendell Wilkie.
I was gonna say, none of these names sound familiar.
In every way, is Leonard G. Quimby.
I have never heard of this person. I'm curious if these are based off of actual politicians or if they're just making up names. Filing the spikes to make them sharper. Oh, God.
Adams here.
Is all this yours?
Well, we go back to the cemetery.
Put in more street lights. Drain the swamps.
Drain the swamps?
He's like, I love the swamps. Why would you do that?
There he is, the voice of progress.
That's Sam L. Hilliard. Well, he's an old friend.
I was gonna say, isn't that the Trudence officer?
Go out and campaign for him.
Wonderful! Wait till I tell Mr. Hilliard.
I don't think he'll be as excited.
Welcome, fellow campaigners.
Man, that's our old friend from the school board, Sam L. Hilliard. I've changed horses in midstream.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the characters cross over throughout the episodes.
Drain the swamps? Drain our lovely swamps? The man's an extremist.
We cannot support him.
I'm sure Mr. Hilliard will be very happy we've decided to join his campaign.
And I think that's not true at all.
Baby kissing, you've got to go over and welcome them officially. I'd rather lose. Seriously. It's still not worth it.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever find out how Morticia and Gomez have their wealth and how they have so much money.
Ah, Hilliard is nice. Vote for him twice.
That's not legal.
God.
Besides, elections are fun.
We should vote more often.
Yeah, it's interesting to see them more involved in politics and...
Thank you, darling.
You left the R out of friend.
I thought it looked better.
Fiend! Everybody's fiend!
That reminds me. I think I'll send Lurch over and invite Hilliard to a little strategy meeting.
Using the fire thing to try the posters.
Ah, Mr. Hilliard, how nice of you to join us.
He's like, I never wanted to step foot again in this house. Why am I here?
What sign you painted for him?
Everybody's fiend? Look, I just remembered a speaking engagement.
Things like not so fast. Yeah.
20 or nothing.
20?
We insist.
Well, if you put it that way.
We do, but...
This is a crazy negotiation.
We have some wonderful ideas.
Like that sign.
And I'd be curious how much that is today with a $20,000 donation.
These are surefire strategies. Number one, we want to get our butler Lurch on television.
Oh, okay.
The women's vote.
Okay. He's always so eloquent. Yeah.
By George, you're right.
How about 5,000?
He's like, I'll take less. I'll take less.
You'll forget all about money when you hear the song that Uncle Fester wrote for you. A campaign song.
Oh my, this should be fun. And this hat and his pin is so cute.
Sing your campaign song for Mr. Hilliard.
Oh, this'll kill you.
No.
To the harpsichord, Lurch. We're gonna do the song.
A harpsichord. Oh my gosh.
Right here.
500.
He's just getting lower and lower every time. He's like, I don't want you to be involved.
He'll stick to the issue. He may even kiss you. So vote for Samuel Hilliard.
I mean, it's so catchy.
Samuel is Pearlity, the man for home ways dump. So don't be a goat and just catch it.
Goat rhymes with vote. Yep.
What do you think?
I think we've got more money than we need.
It's like, and second thought, I'm good.
Don't worry about the flickering. We'll have him recharged.
That's a $3 bill.
I got a lot of $3 bills.
He's just openly admitting that he's phony.
Dark and gloomy.
Wonderful.
In the bogs and marshes, I'm gonna make them even boggier.
They're like, great, we love this.
Republicans have their elephant.
Guess what we have?
I couldn't begin to.
We have Kitty Cat.
Oh, what kind of kitty cat? I'm worried. Oh, the lion! Oh my gosh. The lion reverses. Well, I think that went as well as we expected. Yeah.
There are moments of crisis, of tragedy, turmoil, doubt.
He's on his apple box, giving a speech. Yeah. Oh, this big kitty.
Or shall we have low taxes?
Isn't that a dangerous position?
You're right.
His speech is getting shorter and shorter.
Also, the question of social welfare.
She's like, oh, no.
You make that up.
Question of swamps.
Oh, yes.
He does love his swamps. Shrek would be proud.
The less said about that, the better.
Very clever, Carita.
She's like, we don't want everybody visiting our secret swamps.
Courageous speech. I shouldn't thank them. They should thank me. I agree completely.
Perfect. The most perfect script ever written. Yeah. The whole family's getting loaded up, the whole car. Hilliard.
Is your assignment clear?
I sing, light up, and pass out $3 bills. All right, Lurch. Blast off.
I love this sign in front of their door as well. The Addams division. It's so fun.
Bass, you better get over here to the 4th Ward. The Addamses are loose.
Just lit up.
I better return you to our studios, KBHL. I'm beginning to see things.
Bass,
Boss?
call my mother and tell her not to wait up for me.
He's like, I might not return. I need to be cautious. Oh my god, he pulled her right out of the door. Oh no.
Don't say it.
I will too, say it.
Mr. Addams and I find expressions of gratitude so embarrassing.
Yeah, they think he's coming to thank them, of course.
Thing over to a lawyer.
A lawyer?
Yes.
My card.
Is he a lawyer?
Putting more criminals behind bars than any other man in the United States.
Oh, interesting.
Election day jitter.
I hope so.
Why don't you answer it?
You answer it.
Good work, Bass. It's a landslide.
For Hilliard?
For Quimby, 76-0.
Oh, nobody voted for him. Oh
Who's here? It's for you again.
I'm not going near that thing.
no.
Oh, well, that's much better. Hilliard 6, Quimby 110.
Oh no.
Adam's here. Bass, what's the word? Come now, Bass, you can think of another word.
Let me have it.
If I were you, I'd demand a recount.
Oh, no.
Hilliard 5, Quimby 204.
A recount. Oh.
The Waterloo of every politician, overconfidence.
Passes out, this poor guy.
Poor dear. The sweet smell of success must have been too much for him.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you joined the Zen Yoga Society, darling.
Oh my.
Really? Must be his health.
Must be, because it says he's thinking of leaving town, too.
He's like, I can't be here anymore. I gotta get out of town.
Not according to Quimby. He says if it wasn't for us, he wouldn't have won.
What a generous thing.
The opposite, of course.
He says he's glad he lost. The mayor appointed him head of the school board. It's a much better position.
Oh, okay, interesting. So it's my first time watching the Addams Family season 1 episode 4. I thought this was an interesting take on an episode. I wasn't really expecting there to be any kind of political context to the Addams Family, so that was interesting to see. Yeah, let me know in the comments if the posters that he was putting up are of actual presidential candidates that didn't make it. I'm not too sure, or if they're just names that they made up, but either way, it was interesting to see them get more involved with politics. Obviously, Gomez, really wanting to support Mr. Hilliard, and to see him back again was interesting. We obviously had him in the pilot episode as the truants officer with the school, and now he's been offered a job at the school board anyway, even though he's like trying to leave town. And I'm curious to see if he'll come back. That was the first reoccurring character we've had, but of course we're only 4 episodes in as well. Pugsley and Wednesday aren't in this episode, but we do hear them mention that they've written speeches for the junior voters, and of course kids can't vote, but I don't know how they would have fit in this episode, so I'm not surprised that they didn't really have a part. I don't know what they would have done. Maybe make the campaign posters, but we also saw, they had lots of people working on those already, and the, friend and fiend situation was funny, and some really good comedic moments, and of course seeing the Addams Family just put their own spin on a campaign and doing things that they think are going to be helpful. But of course to Mr. Hilliard, he's like, this is my worst nightmare. I don't want your family to be involved. And that whole negotiating scene I thought was really funny, as he's like, I'll pay you. Like, they started off at $20,000, so yeah, let me know what that would be in today's money. And then he's like 15, 10, 5. Like, he's just getting lower and lower, because obviously with that amount of money they want to be involved, they want to put Lurch on TV, and showing how supportive they are of their own family, and like, oh, this would be a great idea, like, let's get him involved. And Uncle Fester wrote a song, and having that scene was so funny as well. But just how the whole family had gathered together to put in, 110%, they don't half anything. They put all of their efforts into everything. So of course they're fully committed. They fully want to support Hilliard, and, want to show they can do all of these things. They've got posters, they're going out campaigning, supporting him, and to see the TV broadcast as well. We've had newspapers and stuff before in previous episode, but to see the broadcast, and I don't know if when this aired it would have lined up with an actual election. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's the political approach I wasn't really expecting. I think it would have been interesting if Gomez himself would have run, and we do hear him practicing his speech and Morticia cutting it down. He's like, I want to talk about education. She's like, oh, you can't do that. I want to talk about this. Oh, you can't do that at all. And he's like, what about our swamps? Like, no, you can't do that. So I think it would have been interesting to see him run, and what platforms he would have chose to support, and how he would have spun it, or if it just would have been his delivery and people would have thought, oh, they must mean this. Like, usually the interactions with the Addams Family isn't people assuming what they actually mean, like you have the Addams Family want to keep the swamps, and even Hilliard being like, oh, I'm gonna keep the light streets dark, and I'm gonna keep the swamps, I'm gonna make them boggier. And of course it just makes the Addams Family so much more excited, because like, great, that's exactly what we want, like, we love those things. So it would have been curious to see Gomez run and what his approach would have been. They never say what political party Hilliard is associated with. I can't remember if they mention in the movies that Gomez is a lawyer, because I was curious how they got so much money. Obviously they have this, quite sizable house with a conservatory, and neither of them really go to work, during the day. So I was curious how they got their money, and I couldn't remember if they'd been mentioned. And as soon as Hilliard's saying like, I'm gonna, get a lawyer, Gomez gives them his card. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch them again and see if it's mentioned, or if that's something that's only mentioned in the comics. I don't remember either of the characters working in the movies, but yeah, I'm like, how did they get this wealth? Was it all inherited? Because even when they're going through the line of political people that they've supported, it goes back quite a while. So I had just assumed it had been some kind of inherited money. I love the, extent that they went to support this campaign with, Addams division put on the outside of their house. Like the whole neighborhood knew who they were voting for. They've got signs up, they've got posters, they're campaigning, they've got the hats and the buttons and a song. And yeah, just like the full effort. It was just, typically if you're supporting a politician that much, they would be so excited to have that amount of support and financial donations. But of course, in this universe, Hilliard having experience with the family as well was interesting because he knew what he was getting into, as opposed to that initial interaction where they're like, this isn't what I'm actually looking for. And even when his campaign, supporter says like, oh, I've got this family who's willing to, donate money. And as soon as he finds out it's the Addams family, he wants nothing to do with it. I didn't think Hilliard would ever go back to the house, to be honest, because he knows what's inside. And Lurch carrying him through the doorway and putting him in the chair was so funny. We did get a real lion in this episode, and we had a pig in the previous episode. So, yeah, I'm very curious how they got this lion. And, animals in TV shows and movies that go back to a certain, time in history always make me a little cautious because I just worry about how they were treated. But, yeah, and they definitely just reversed that, shot of the lion walking down the stairs to have him walking backwards up the stairs. And, to have they call him Kitty, and he's asleep listening to, Gomez's speech. There's definitely no shortage of animals in the Addams family house. They're just usually taxidermied. So to see this live lion, walking down the stairs. Overall, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it had some good, funny lines, and the pacing was good as well. And it was interesting to see Hilliard come back as this reoccurring character. I'm curious if we'll see him again. And yeah, I never thought we'd see a really political focused episode. And, the only real things that we know that he's going to talk about are the streetlights and the swamp. He doesn't really get into any, crazy hard-hitting political topics. Gomez mentioned some things in his speech, but Morticia's like, oh, you can't talk about that. It's too controversial. So, yeah, it was interesting to have the Addams family involved in politics. So, I'm really enjoying the series so far. So, thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for movies or TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. I was gonna say, none of these names sound familiar. Filing the spikes to make them sharper. Oh, God. He's like, I love the swamps. Why would you do that? And how they have so much money. A harpsichord. Oh, my gosh. He's just openly admitting that he's phony. Oh, what kind of kitty cat? His speech is getting shorter and shorter. Is he a lawyer?